there are 5 crucial reasons why you should be going to live concerts. Okay, so we're going to talk about you need to take a moment. I need you to put your headphones down. I need you to get out of the studio. I need you to get out of the office. And we're going to get you to go to, a festival or a live show. And here are the 5 reasons. All right. So, one, and this is definitely the case for me, I know it's the case for that Orko as well, but it's really going to ignite your creativity because A, you're getting into a new space,
Yeah.
a new environment,
Yeah.
but you're just going to see all the things of why are you doing this? And someone that I'm mentoring, he went to like an EDM festival for a couple of days and he came back, and this is totally what he was talking about. He's like, it just really helped me to remember I'm trying to be on that stage, right? I'm trying to be doing this. And so it just gave me a beat to just get away, reset, and just to get inspired.
Absolutely. Like it's when you see, an act that, is doing something kind of different, even just like with their lighting and their colors and stuff, like just the way that vibes will kind of hit you in concerts and stuff. Could inspire whole creativity just to get what you want to get into the studio. I know after we went to, Janet Jackson last night, I was just totally just inspired. I just wanted to get into the studio and start writing music. It was just such an incredible experience, especially when you're going to shows that just have so much vibe to them that you just are really releasing.
Yeah, so then the second most crucial, reason why you got to get out, you got to go to these live shows is going to be just fan observation. So one of the
Yeah,
festivals
yeah,
that we went to recently was, more towards like, goth kids and rock kids and a lot of the types of audiences that I basically want listening to my music as a dark pop artist. And so for me, it was really cool to just observe, what are the fans of these bands? What do they dress like? What do they
yeah.
act like? What are they doing in between sets? And really just kind of like paying attention because I go, these are the fans that I'm basically putting my music out for.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting too. You're talking about we went to the Sick New World Festival in Vegas, and I mean, you had a bunch of industrial bands and you had rock bands, and it was really interesting to see which fans of which bands were watching which other bands that may not have been in the same genre and stuff. And so that can help you. Like if you are, let's say, if you're a rock band and you wanted to kind of add some industrial flair or some electronics to your music or something like that, maybe you observed at the festival that the same kids that were watching the Deftones we're also watching KMFDM. We're also, or watching like Death Grips or just one of these other groups. So go, well, these kids seem to be into both of these kind of bands, and you just kind of observe the crowds. I think it's very important in giving you confidence to branch out into new styles, trying new things, and again, just getting to know your audience.
So here's another one, right? So if you are going to go to, especially like in your hometown, in your state, it's a great networking opportunity. And this is actually how that Orko and
Yeah.
I met. We were just going to a lot of different live shows and we just kind of kept running into each other. And then that led to a conversation. And then what do you do? And hey, let's work together. So definitely really good for networking.
Absolutely. This is actually kind of key to everything that you do in your networking, especially if you're kind of getting started. It's a fun way to do it. Especially when you go to like local shows and national shows. But if you're just doing things within your genre, you're gonna run into other artists that are around town. Everybody in the scene usually kind of shows up at the same kind of places. You're gonna keep running into people, you talk, you have good hangs, but most importantly, you're networking, and that doesn't mean you're just trying to sell them stuff or get them to do things, but you're really developing relationships with these people. So because it really is all about who you know in the business. I mean, you got to have talent, of course, but I mean, it doesn't do any good if nobody can hear it or if you can't get it to the right people. And exactly, I wouldn't even be working with Krystle if we didn't keep bumping into each other at concerts. That's literally it. Like 4 or 5 times just keep bumping into each other and talking, and it's just like, oh, hey, do you want to work together on something? So
All right. So then the fourth reason when it comes to it's crucial, you got to get out to shows, you know, spread the gospel of what you're doing, right?
yeah,
Promotion. So when you're there, and if you happen to be around the target audience that you're after, hopefully you have some business cards with you, right? I
yeah,
don't even do business cards. I do like 3 by 5, kind of what would you call them? Like poster cards.
yeah, we have
But
those.
Yeah, and so like on the front side, it might be just a little, once over your name, your picture, make sure you have like your social media. And then on the back of it, you just have like a collage of like maybe some of your social media and showing what do you show on your social media. Try to get people to go over and follow you. So just having something that you can hand out while you're at these events, you can literally go and just make fans of like 30, 50 people, if you're just handing them out and you have something pretty cool.
And pro tip on that, you can also just utilize QR codes. So this is kind of something that I've been doing. So you can also just get like a business card. You just have the QR code on your phone, and as soon as you're talking to people, you're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, like connect with me here, and like have them scan the QR code and just have them follow. And the QR code will link to like your link tree, which has your social media accounts and everything there, and kind of get them to follow you right there. Don't just hand them a card. Make meaningful interactions with people, especially if like you see somebody that's wearing like a band shirt. If you're at a concert that's like kind of like unknown, like it's not just like like if you're at a corn concert and you're seeing a million people with corn shirts, that's cool. But if you see somebody that has something more niche to what you're doing,
Right.
really shout them out. People that take pride in the stuff that the stuff that they wear and stuff. So they appreciate that. So start conversations, especially if they fall in your niche, and try QR codes and have them go right there. Have them follow you right in front of you.
Yeah. And then, as an artist, a music producer, anyone, you're stepping away from the studio for a second. And I would say the fifth reason to get out, go to a concert, mental health, right? You need to actually go
Yes,
have fun and like remember what it's like to be an artist, to be a producer, right? Because so much of what we do is so isolating.
it is. It
Just as
is.
people, but particularly as creators, because you got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If you do happen to be having a day job, maybe you have a family. I mean, we're all just so busy. And so we're like in rooms all day long and we're not really interacting with a lot of people. So taking a beat to go and let loose, have fun, that's always going to be great for your mental health.
And remembering what it's like to be a fan. You know what I mean? Like to have that same experience, so what you want to instill in your fans. You know what I mean? So especially if you are your favorite band's coming to town, maybe spend that extra couple dollars and get a little bit closer. You know what I mean? Like treat yourself, enjoy yourself. Like the way that you want fans to appreciate your music is kind of give that to the people that you appreciate.
Yeah. So find people you connect with, network,
Mm,
hand out your stuff, get new fans, find inspiration, and just get a deeper like meaning for what you're doing. So go to concerts. Those are my 5 reasons.
love
Thank
it.
you guys for watching.